Hi there, Lifespans 2133. Dr. Hang here. Just wanted to touch base with you today, week one, and wanted to just go over some of the objectives and go over the contents that are in your first folder entitled 82321. So if you pull open that module, you're going to see we have the objectives. It's also broken down into chapters 1 and chapters 2. There's different resources available within each of those corresponding folders. The important thing that I want you to focus on with this very first week is obviously, if you saw my announcement in the course in Harvey, you'll see that it's very critical that you go over the syllabus and the course calendar so that you can communicate if there are any questions or concerns regarding those two documents. But the next thing I have added, you'll see it's ladies and gents introducing you. That's an opportunity for you to come in and tell a little bit about yourself. And this is the part that I love because this is how I get to know each of you when we're in more of an online format. So please, that is not a suggestion, that is a requirement for week one. So go in and do that. You'll know I've seen yours as I come in and respond, but I'm learning things about you, especially something unique about you that starts with the first letter of your name. Go over that. I'm finding out which ones are funneling to me for nursing and all sorts of great things about different majors of students within the course. So this is exciting as we come into kind of a melting pot of our different areas of expertise and education and from different parts of the country or the world. It's creating an awesome learning environment. So we're going to pull off of everyone's expertise as we move forward and experience. So definitely go in and do that. Again, remember everything is due Sunday by midnight, so pace yourself accordingly. You'll also see at the bottom of this folder or this module for week one, there is our librarian, Rita Howell. She comes to class when we're able to be in person. When we're not, she's put her resources there. So as we move and progress throughout the program, you're going to see that we have different assignments that are written assignments, and in order for that to be strong, it's not only the content, but it's the delivery. So make sure that you package that nicely in APA format, and Read is a great resource to help you do that. If you're new to APA formatting, I have a handbook here in my office if you would want to check that out. We can chat about it, but also just wanted to make that available with Rita being our librarian and very willing to help you to polish up your product before you submit it. So there you go with that. Now I want to touch base again, chapters 1 and 2. As we get started, lifespans is just that. We're going to lifespan through the entire lifespan. So starting from perinatal, prenatal, all the way to advanced age, and then we're even going to hit death and dying. So we are going to span the entire lifespan throughout this course. But week one, we kind of dive in just in a general, how are we going to approach this? How are we going to dissect each stage of lifespans? And that's through things like cognitive perspectives, behavioral perspectives. We have Erikson's psychosocial development theory, over to Piaget's, whether it's sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete, formal operational. We'll go through those different stages. And each of these, we're going to come to different perspectives. Psychodynamic, psychosocial, psychosexual. We'll look at every component and look through the lenses as we go through each stage of the lifespan. So one that you're going to want to particularly pay close attention to is going to be Erikson's. And so we'll start again we're going to go through pregnancy, we're going to go all the way through advanced ages to death and dying. But for specifics, Erikson likes to break it down into, trust versus mistrust is an infant to about 18 months of age, We have autonomy versus shame and doubt. That's going to be more for the toddler's age. Initiative versus guilt. That's when they start to get into trouble. Are they going to feel guilty about it? Or are they trying to seek their independence? That's more for your, we're looking at more the preschooler. So ages 3 to 5 generally will be that. Industry versus inferiority. That's our school age child. And then we look at adolescence, and you're thinking 13, that can kind of creep up even 18, even up, we're pushing up into young adulthood as the 21-year-old would be the young adult would start. But adolescence, when you think about it, it kind of makes sense. Identity versus role confusion. They're trying to find themselves as transitioning from caregiver's perspective to kind of getting their own thoughts and feelings and values and perceptions about the world around them. So then we go into young adulthood, as I mentioned, 21 to 39, intimacy versus isolation, trying to figure out, do I need to connect into a family unit to feel fulfilled? Am I going to, a job, is that going to fulfill me? Do I need to be around people? No, I prefer to be in small groups, large groups, just different things of how they find out intimacy versus isolation and feeling valued and connected with the world around them. 40 to 65 is generative versus stagnation. Am I being fulfilled in my role? When I look back now, if I'm a parent, have I been successful in my eyes? Do I feel fulfilled with that? Whether it's career, whether it's relationships, any aspects of things that you had as goals for yourself. Have you been able to achieve those? Do you feel fulfilled in your life during this stage, generative versus stagnation? Or do you have a lot of regrets? That tends to be where you hit 40 to 65. Then 65 and older, ego, integrity versus despair. So as you start to end into the later years of life, you do a lot of self-reflection as well, and finding out what things truly mattered and some things that maybe you would change. This tends to be when you switch your perspective to wanting to really pour into the generations coming behind, and some just totally will recluse and try to pull away. So again, ego, integrity, who you are. Do you feel like you were valued, your life mattered, or are you in more of a state of despair? And you can often see that in the way when you're in an advanced stage, how they interact with the world around them, probably their perspective with that. Erikson stages of psychosocial development are going to be the primary focus and lenses through which we view lifespans and throughout this course. So when in doubt, focus on Erikson's, but again, don't forget Piaget's. We're going to unfold all of these perspectives as we go through, and all these cognitive theories and as we go through. But for the sake of week 1, I want you to just kind of become familiar with them. You don't need to take a deep dive. This tends to be a lot of information and just more knowledge based, so you want to be aware of the information. But we're going to take and actually apply it in week 2 when we dive into that newborn and we see that birth to 18 months of what it means to form effectively trust versus the contrary of mistrust. So we'll go in through those, as well as the sensory motor from Piaget. We'll bring a lot of those perspectives. The other aspect is nature versus nurture. So we're going to take a deep dive with that as we go through each stage as well, and how that both of those contribute to the healthy or unhealthy development of an individual. So that should help give you a little overview of week 1. There were some Panopto videos that we had used in the event of COVID-related instances, but I don't think we're going to need those. I will add videos as we go. Some I will come on with a Panopto video, and I'll go if it's specifically requiring that for a certain stage that we're in. Sometimes I'll come on and do that if it's a specific assignment that's coming up, and I want to give you a little bit more details for that. But if those are, I will make an announcement each week so you know what's coming and you know what's due Sunday by midnight. I'll give you that information so you don't need to wonder with that. But I believe all the Panoptos that were in the course have been pulled off, so now you'll know when they pop up now, then they're ones that yes, you do want to watch. But watch, and it will correspond with the announcement so you know exactly what you need to be doing and when. But if you have any questions or concerns for me whatsoever, please reach out. Thrilled to have you in the course. And again, if you haven't done the Ladies and Gents Introducing You section, please jump in there and do that. I have done it as well, so we can get to know everyone in the course. And this is we have a large course, so we have an awesome crew to pull from. So anytime that we're going through different experiences, as you submit the assignments, I may pull one of you in from time to time to give a little more information or expound on something that I feel the rest of the class could truly benefit from. So glad to be part of your journey, and I look forward to getting your submissions here of this section Sunday by midnight, and then I look forward to week 2 when we dive into the newborn. Take care. Bye.